Hey guys, what's up and welcome to my channel. So today I'll discuss the full poem called The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock by T.S. Eliot. And the full name of T.S. Eliot is Thomas Stearns Eliot. So this poem called The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock was first published in a magazine called Poetry, a magazine of verse. Actually, Ezra Pound has insisted the magazine editor named Harriet Monroe to publish this poem, The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock, in that magazine. And after this poem was published in Eliot's first collection of poetry called Prufrock and Other Observations in 1917. And friends, one important thing that we have to know from this poem, which is the original title of this poem was Prufrock Among Other Women. And apart from this, actually this poem marks entirely a new beginning in the field of poetry because it is one of the quintessential works of modernism, and it actually marks a complete departure from the conventional poetry of the 19th century. And friends, guess what? The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock, this title also comes from Rudyard Kipling's poem named The Love Song of Her Dear. But here there is a confusing point, which is, though the title The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock refers to the poem as a love song, but the poem is actually anti-romantic in tone. It reflects on Prufrock's failure as a lover. So actually this poem shows the fragmented and tormented physique of an emotionally and physically sterile character named Prufrock. So he is actually here the prototypical modern man. Okay. So here in this poem, Prufrock is shown as an old man who is going to propose a young lady, and that's why he is in dilemma that whether the lady will accept his love or not. So friends, now let's start explaining this poem. So at first we have the epigraph. So this epigraph is actually taken from Dante's Inferno, okay, Canto 27. Actually, Inferno is a medieval Italian poem which traces a pilgrim's journey through hell. And in hell, the pilgrim meets various sinners and they also narrate their stories, okay. So here in the epigraph, you will find 6 lines, and these lines are told by one of the people imprisoned in hell named Guido da Montefeltro. So actually in hell, other pilgrims asked Guido why he has been punished. So in these lines, Guido is telling the pilgrims that he feels free to talk about his sins now because he knows that he is in hell and no one can ever return from hell to earth. So here Guido is relaxed with the thought that the pilgrim who will listen to his stories, they will never or the sins that Guido committed to anyone in earth because they are in hell. So friends, now you are thinking that why T.S. Eliot brings out Guido's thought from Inferno in the epigraph of The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. So actually, this poem, The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock, is a dramatic monologue. So here actually the speaker or Prufrock addresses the reader directly about his secrets. So here basically Prufrock is gonna reveal his secret or reveal his life stories or what kind of man he is. That's why maybe T.S. Eliot brings out the reference of these lines from Inferno. So now let's start the line by line explanation of this poem. So at first we have line number 1 to 12. Here in the first line you will see that Prufrock is addressing someone. He's saying that let us go then, you and I. So here you means perhaps the unnamed companion who is with Prufrock, and basically it is clear that here you means also the readers. So now let me read from line number 2. When the evening is spread out against the sky like a patient etherized upon a table, let us go through certain half-deserted streets, the muttering retreats of restless nights in one-night cheap hotels and sawdust restaurants with oyster shells. Streets that follow like a tedious argument of insidious intent, to lead you to an overwhelming question. Oh, do not ask what it is. Let us go and make our visit. So friends, it is clear that it is evening time. So friends, it is clear that the setting is in evening time. And here the poet shows a picture of city life, okay. Here Prufrock tells the silent listener or the reader to start a journey in this evening time, which is looking like a patient, like an etherized patient who is laying in the operation table. So then Prufrock is saying that let's go in this evening time through the half-deserted streets, which is marked by sleepless cheap hotels where people stay only one night And they will find also the murmuring sound of people. And in the hotels and sawdust restaurants, you will find also oyster shells. Here, oyster shells means brothels or prostitutes. So now from the line number 8, Prufrock is saying that the streets follow each other like a tedious, like a boring argument with a corrupt intent, with a malicious intention. Then Prufrock tells the listener or tells the reader that it seems that these streets are asking a serious question. But don't ask me what is the question. Let us go and make our visit. So from these lines, it is clear that Prufrock is visiting somewhere, maybe to propose the lady whom he loves. So now we have line number 13 to 22. In the room, the women come and go, talking of Michelangelo. So maybe here, Prufrock is in the hotel and there he saw some women who were talking about Michelangelo. Then he is saying that the yellow fog that rubs its back upon the window panes, the yellow smoke that rubs its muzzle on the window panes, licked its tongue into the corners of the evening, lingered upon the pools that stand in drains, let fall upon its back the soot that falls from chimneys, slipped by the terrace, and made a sudden leap, and seeing that it was a soft October night, curled once about the house and fall asleep. So here he talks about the fog which is yellow. So friends, actually it was set in the autumn season, and we all know that in the autumn the leaves of trees turned yellowish color. So that's why he's saying that the fog also turned as the color of yellow. And now Prufrock is saying that the fog rubs its back upon the window glass, and the yellowish smoke also rubs its back upon the window glass. So here actually the yellow fog or the yellow smoke can be seen as a cat who also licks, who also rubs its back upon its master or upon the window glasses. We can say that. So now Prufrock from the line number 17 is saying that there was too foggy outside that it covers everything, or it seems that the fog, the smoke with its tongue licks the window glasses and everything. The fog are also found hang upon the drains and pools. The fog in it takes the dust particles from the chimney, and that smoke passes from the terrace of the houses. So thus the whole atmosphere is seen as a soft October night in which the curly smoke spread all over and gradually leads everything to sleep, and thus it shows the gloomy evening of the autumn. So now from the line number 23, Prufrock is saying that, and indeed there will be time for the yellow smoke that slides along the street, rubbing its back upon the window panes. There will be time to prepare a face to meet the faces that you meet. There will be time to murder and create, and time for all the works and days of hands that lift and drop a question on your plate. Time for you and time for me, and time yet for 100 indecisions, and for 100 visions and revisions before the taking of a toast and tea. So here Prufrock is saying that there is enough time. There is time for the yellow smoke to roam around the street, rubbing its back upon the window glass. There are also time to make yourself ready to meet with the person. So here basically he is convincing himself as well as the listener that there is still time to say whatever he wants to say to his beloved, as well as there is still time to stay in indecisiveness. Okay, so here he is not in haste to propose the lady, and he is again saying that there are also time to do scenes or murders and to create new things. There are also time to do all the daily works, and there are also time to drop a question to your mind, and there are also time to take 100 decisions and think about the decisions. And also Prufrock is saying that there are also time to take revisions about the question which I'm gonna ask you. Then in the line number 35 and 36 he's saying again that in the room the women come and go, talking of Michelangelo. And then from the line number 37 he's saying that, and indeed there will be time to wonder, do I dare and do I dare? Time to turn back and descend the stair with a black spot in the middle of my hair. They will say, how his hair is growing thin. My morning coat, my collar mounting firmly to the chin, my necktie rich and modest, but asserted by a single pin. They will say, but how his arms and legs are thin? Do I dare disturb the universe? In a minute there is time for decisions and revisions, which a minute will reverse. So, so here Prufrock is saying that actually there is time to ask myself that is there any courage or dare in me to speak to my word. So here Prufrock is saying that in reality there is time to ask myself that is there any courage in me or is there any dare in me to speak about my words, to speak about my feelings before her. So now this is the time to turn back and descend in the staircase. Now this is the time to be ready and to meet her. So in the line number 40, he's saying that in the middle of his hair there is a black spot. That's why he's thinking that he's worrying that the women obviously will say that his hair is growing thin. And now Prufrock is describing his look that he is wearing his morning cloth. Its collar comes to his chin and the tie is also rich, which is asserted by a pin. So now Prufrock is ready to meet her with this classy look, but again he is worrying that instead of focusing on his look, the women will say that his arms and legs are thin. So now this is clear that Prufrock is an old man. So then Prufrock is questioning himself again that does he have that much courage to ask the lady something, or does he have that much courage to tell her about his feelings? Because asking her something is equal to disturb the universe for Prufrock. And then he's saying that the decisions which he make after a minute they gradually changed. So after this in the next lines he's saying that for I have known them all already, known them all. Have known the evenings, mornings, afternoons. I have measured out my life with coffee spoons. I know the voice dying with a dying fall beneath the music from a further room. So how should I presume? Here Prufrock is saying that he knows the other women already. Even he knows the evenings, the mornings, the afternoons means the nature's activities. He drank so much coffees by sitting in the coffee stands of this hotel or of this restaurant. And here, whatever the other women are saying, which cannot be heard properly because there is another music coming from the other room, and because of that music, the ladies' songs are disappeared. And then again, he is questioning himself that does he have that much courage to put forth his feelings to the lady whom he loves? So now in the next lines he is saying that and I have known the eyes already, known them all. The eyes that fix you in a formulated face. And when I am formulated, sprawling on a pin, when I am pinned and wriggling on the wall, then how should I begin to spit out all the butt ends of my days and wishes, and how should I presume? Here the eyes means the persons that are present in the room. Prufrock knows them all, and he knows that the person who are present in that room will continuously look at him or stare at him. And thus that's why Prufrock is saying that he will not able to tolerate their staring. And now he is quite conscious about the fact that the time when he will stand there in front of other people or in front of the women that are present in that room, then his condition will become like an insect, as if he is an insect and he is pinned in the wall and therefore he is struggling helplessly in the world. So that's why in the next lines he's saying that how should he put his feelings before her? He can't freeze other ladies or he can't freeze other persons. That's why he's saying that his life becomes a butt of cigarette which people throws after smoking. And again he is worrying that how to express his own feelings in front of the lady whom he loves. So now we have the next lines. Here Prufrock is saying that and I have known the arms already, known them all. Arms that are braceleted and white and bare, but in the lamplight down with light brown hair. Is it perfume from a dress that makes me so digress? Arms that lie along a table or wrap about a shawl. And should I then presume? And how should I begin? So here Prufrock is saying that he knows the arms which are white uncovered and which has bracelet. He knows the arms, okay. And when he saw the arms in the light, he saw that her arms, means the lady's arms, were covered in light brown hair, and the smell of the perfume from her dress distracts him. Then he is saying that the lady relaxes her arms by placing them to a table, and her hands are covered with shawl. Then again he is struggling over the fact that how would he confess his feelings to the lady, and how will he start conversing with her to tell his feelings to her. So friend, this is what Prufrock is saying from line number 1 to 79. So now we have line number 80 to 84. Shall I say, I have gone at dusk through narrow streets and watched the smoke that rises from the pipes of lonely men in shirt sleeves leaning out of windows. I should have been a pair of ragged claws scuttling across the floors of silent seas. So here Prufrock is saying that should I tell her that I have come from these narrow streets, and while coming through these narrow streets I saw some lonely men or people who were smoking pipes. They were looking outside the windows. Friends, here the phrase lonely man also signifies Prufrock's situation because he is also lonely, okay? Then he is saying that my condition is better if I were an animal who have ragged claws. So here friends, Prufrock is talking about crabs because crab has ragged claws. So actually crab speedily runs under the floor of seas, and a crab has two claws to protect themselves, and likewise this Prufrock also wishes to have two claws. Actually friends, here he is trying to escape from reality. Here Prufrock reduces himself to an animal, okay, who actually lived alone and sheltered at the bottom of the dark ocean, and Prufrock is also trying to escape from reality. So after this we have line number 85 to 96. And the afternoon, the evening sleeps so peacefully, smoothed by long fingers, asleep, tired, or it malingers, stressed on the floor, here beside you and me. Should I, after tea and cakes and ices, have the strength to force the moment to its crisis? But though I have wept and fasted, wept and prayed, though I have seen my head grown slightly bald, brought in upon a platter, I am no prophet, and here's no great matter. I have seen the moment of my greatness flicker, and I have seen the eternal footman hold my coat and sneaker, and in short, I was afraid. So friends, in the line number 85, 86 and 87, 88, Prufrock is saying that after the afternoon, this evening is sleeping so peacefully. It seems that with so much love, someone lulled this evening to sleep. It is tired, this evening is tired, or this evening is making excuses to sleep. It stretched itself on the floor, here beside you and me. Friends, there is some confusion that whether Prufrock here is talking about the evening or one cat. Here another explanation of these lines, line number 85 to 88, is that here he is talking about a cat, okay? The cat is sleeping so peacefully. It seems that it is tired or making excuses of being tired, and it stretched itself on the floor here beside Prufrock and Prufrock's lover. Then from line number 89 to line number 90, Prufrock is saying that after eating tea, snacks like cake and ice cream, he will tell the lady his feelings. Okay, so here friends, Prufrock is making excuses that he can tell the lady his feelings if he will eat tea and snacks like cakes, ice creams, etc. Okay. After this we have the next two lines, means line number 91 and 92. Here Prufrock is saying that he waited for the lady, for his lady love. He kept first for her. He prayed for her. And Prufrock is thinking that he is becoming bald. It seems to him that after cutting his head is brought on a platter in front of the lady. It means that he is thinking that his head is presented in front of the lady. So then in the next lines he is saying that he is not a prophet, and it actually doesn't matter that he is not a prophet, and he has seen him to become hesitant on expressing or confessing his feelings to the lady whom he loves. Okay, so actually here we can say that Prufrock is saying that he is not a prophet, but still he wept for her, he prayed for the lady, and he kept first for the lady. Friends, here flicker means hesitation, okay? And then we have line number 95. Here Prufrock is saying that he has seen the god of death to hold his coat, and the god of death actually snickers or smiles over the foolishness of Prufrock. And then in the line number 96, Prufrock is saying that, in short, I was afraid. Means he is afraid, he is very afraid. So after this we have line number 97 to 108. And would it have been worth it? After all, after the cups, the marmalade, the tea, among the porcelain, among some talk of you and me, would it have been worthwhile to have bitten off the matter with a smile, to have squeezed the universe into a ball, to roll it towards some overwhelming question, to say, I am Lazarus, come from the dead, come back to tell you all, I shall tell you all. If one, settling a pillow by her head, should say, that is not what I meant at all. That is not it at all. So here from line number 97 to 99, Prufrock is saying that would it be right or would it worth that after eating jam, after having jam, here marmalade means jam, okay? And after eating tea while watching the porcelain cups, friends, here porcelain means the cups which are made with china clay, or we can say china wares or crockeries. So while watching the porcelain, we, means Prufrock and his lady love, have some conversation, and in between the conversation, Prufrock can tell the lady his feelings. And here Prufrock is saying that it is possible or not. It is possible to express or confess my feelings to the lady in this way or not. After this we have the rest of the lines. Here Prufrock is saying that it would be very worth if I can present my marriage proposal to the lady while smiling. It means that Prufrock is preparing to tell the lady, to confess the lady his feelings while smiling, means casually, okay? Then he's thinking that he has to put great efforts to propose the lady. It is like for him, or to proposing her is like for him to squeeze the universe into a ball. It means that it is quite hard, or we can say impossible, to propose the lady for marriage, okay? So Prufrock is thinking that he have to put great effort to say that he is Lazarus. Friends, here Lazarus is a character of Bible. Lazarus actually defeats death, we can say. He came back from death and shared his experience to his friends. So here Prufrock wants to tell the lady that he is like Lazarus. He came back to tell the lady everything about his feelings. Then from line number 106 to 108, Prufrock is imagining or saying that maybe his lady love will place a pillow by her head, and maybe she will say that it is not the thing she meant. It means that she will say that she is talking to Prufrock so nicely, so lovingly, but it doesn't mean that she loves him or likes him, okay? Here friends, in the line number 106, here 1 means the lady love of Prufrock. So friends, after this we have line number 109 to 120. Here Prufrock is saying that, and would it have been worth it after all? Would it have been worthwhile? After the sunsets and the doriers and the sprinkled streets, after the novels, after the teacups, after the skirts that trail along the floor, and this and so much more. It is impossible to say just what I mean. But as if a magic lantern threw the nerves on patterns on a screen, would it have been worthwhile if one, settling a pillow or throwing off a shawl and turning toward the window, should say, this is not it all. This is not what I meant at all. So here from line number 109 to 112, Prufrock is saying that it would be so good, it would be quite nice if after the sunset, while reading a novel, while taking teacups, means while taking teas, while dancing with girls, while doing all these things and other such works, other such things, he can able to confess his feelings to her. It would be so good if in this manner Prufrock can able to confess his feelings, his marriage proposals to the lady. Then from line number 114, Prufrock is saying that confessing his feelings to the lady is so impossible, and it will be so good if there is an X-ray machine is available. Then it can show the patterns of his nerves on the screen, so that without telling the lady, his feelings, she can able to understand Prufrock's feelings for her. Okay. So now we have line number 117 to 120. So here Prufrock is saying that if her lady love will set her pillow and she keep her shawl aside, and while going to the window, she should maybe say that this is not what I mean. It means that she talked to Prufrock so nicely, but it doesn't mean that she loves him. After this we have our next lines. Line number 121 to 129. Here Prufrock is saying that, no, I am not Prince Hamlet, nor was meant to be. I am an attendant lord, one that will do to sway a progress, start a scene or two, advise the prince, no doubt an easy tool, differential glad to be used, politic, cautious and meticulous, full of high sentence but a bit obtuse. At times indeed almost ridiculous, almost at times the fool. So here in these lines, Prufrock is saying that he is not like the great Prince Hamlet. He is not like Hamlet. He is not that much great like Hamlet. He is like the attendant of Prince Hamlet. The attendants who were introduced in the first or second scene. And he is saying that he is like the attendant of Prince Hamlet who advises the prince and who advises everyone if needed. And he's saying that he's also like an easy tool and he feels glad when someone is being helped by him. And he's saying that he's aware of the fact that he is sharp, he is quite cautious and quite meticulous. And he is also like them, like the attendants who says big words, but he is admitting the fact that he is also a little foolish. Sometimes he becomes ridiculous and people makes jokes of him. So friends, after this we have line number 130 to 141. So here Prufrock is saying that I grow old, I grow old. I shall wear the bottoms of my trousers rolled. Shall I part my hair behind? Do I dare to eat peach? Shall I wear white flannel trousers and walk upon the beach? I have heard the mermaids singing, each to each. I do not think that they will sing for me. I have seen them riding seaward on the waves, combing the white hair of the waves blown back when the wind blows the water white and black. We have lingered in the chambers of the sea by seagulls wreathed with seaweed red and brown, till human voices wake us and we drone. So friends, here from line number 130 to line number 133, Prufrock is saying that he is growing old. It means that he is now confessing that he is growing old. After this, he is saying that he should roll or fold his trousers so that he can look quite fashionable and quite younger. Then in the third line, he is saying that, shall I comb my hair behind? It means that shall he comb his hair backwards in order to cover the bald part of his head. Then he is also asking that, do I dare to eat peach? It means that he can eat peach or not. After this, in the fourth line, he is saying that in order to look younger, he will definitely wear a white trouser and he will walk on beach. Okay. After this, in the line number 134, he is saying that he has heard the mermaids singing each to each. It means that he heard that in the beach there are mermaids, okay, and the mermaids also sing songs. So if he go to the beach, then he don't think that for him those mermaids will sing. Then from line number 136 to 138, Prufrock is saying that he has seen the mermaids riding on the sea as well as riding on the waves of sea, and as they ride on the sea foams, or we can say ride on the seaward waves, that's why the foams of the sea are disturbed because of them. It is because when the mermaids rides on the sea waves and when wind blows, then it moves or it disturbs the white bubbles, or we can say white foams of the sea, and thus the sea water looks dark. So after this, in the last three lines, Prufrock is imagining that he is with the mermaids and they are in the middle of the sea and he is having fun with them, and the mermaids give him a necklace, or you can say a garland. But at this point, some human voices wake us. It means that he was in dream. He was dreaming that he is with mermaids. So it means that he was escaping from reality, okay? But suddenly some human voices wake him and then his dreams get drowned. So friends, that's it for today, and this was the explanation of the poem called Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock by T.S. Eliot.